Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, so sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I just want to ask guys, could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. Now, with this being said, today we have a lot of things to talk about. I don't want to waste too much time, so first off, we will address the Bitcoin price action. So yesterday I told you guys to continuously watch the dollar and the stocks in general, and this is exactly why. So yesterday when I made that video, we are currently trading at roughly 31.8k, almost 32k exact. I told you guys that 32k looks pretty weak for us to try to break over it, and I told you guys that the dollar was gaining some momentum, and I told you guys that if we don't see a major break on Bitcoin above 32k, then we will essentially see some lower price action. Now, of course, I've been waiting for 27.7k. I still am waiting for that level, but ultimately, we are continuously in this market of uncertainty and fear, and I think that that's continuously growing and building right now. And I think that so many individuals think that it's all over, that we're going into a bearish market. I want you guys to understand that right now on Bitcoin, if we drop to that 80+% zone, that is the typical bear market range, we are below our 2017-2018 all-time highs in terms of the bull market structure. We have never done that in the history of Bitcoin. We've also never had a daily candle close below the Confluence floor model. So to me, Bitcoin is not bearish yet at all. Until we have a daily close below 27.7k, then I will remain in my bullish standards on this entire market. I think that we are in a mid-cycle correction. I've mentioned this multiple times, but of course it doesn't mean that I'm rushing into positions. I'm still awaiting a Solana profit point. I'm waiting to buy into Solana at roughly the $15 to $20 range. And you guys might call me crazy for saying that, but honestly, there's so much FUD around Solana being built up right now that I feel comfortable taking that position. But we also look at Bitcoin dominance at around 46%. And if we have a nice impulsive move, aka capitulation, happen on Bitcoin one last time, we will get those levels that we want to buy. And yes, we will see some generational buy points on a lot of altcoins. But recently, we did see $590 million been liquidated from the cryptocurrency market in the past 24 hours. That's pretty significant. But also, while we have been seeing this, I want you guys to know that it's all psychological. You could either play into that and say, all right, well, people are getting liquidated. The market is looking rough. We haven't had a green day in a while. It's just all red. We're in a bear market. We're going lower. It's all over. It's done. There's no bullish factors at all to continue watching for at all. You could continue to play into the fear, or like this tweet, I remember buying Ethereum at $200 and being underwater 60%. Then it went to 4K and I became a millionaire. Are you scared of being underwater and refuse to pick up value when you see it? Life is risk. Start playing ball. I told you guys during the summer of 2021 that I was buying heavily. Similar to now, I'm looking at a lot of altcoins and I just want to buy heavily, but of course I am expecting a little bit more price action to the low side, because of course it is the summertime. Usually it is a rough time for crypto. I do think that we have one last major impulsive move to the downside, which I'm going to outline in this video before I fully go and ape into altcoin positions. But I do believe that this is a moment in time that is a generational play. And I will talk to you guys about that and address that here shortly. But first, I also want to talk to you guys about this. So JP Morgan's CEO is saying that there's a hurricane coming for the US economy, and you better brace yourself. We've heard this one multiple times before by a lot of these major CEOs. A lot of them will continue to pout the fear-mongering, if you will. Oh, a collapse is coming, a recession is coming, and everyone does play into it. Retail essentially right now thinks that we are about to see another 2008 crisis on our hands. And I do think that we will get to that point. I think that's going to happen in time. But I do believe that we have a little bit more time until that does happen. I think everybody's waiting for the same exact thing. And I think that that is also the main reason why it most likely won't happen. And I'm not saying, that I don't want it to happen simply because I want to see a massive bull run and I want to see altcoins go crazy and I want us to all make a ton of money. No. Obviously, do I want us to? Yes, but I also want to look into the things that if we play into what what everybody else is trying to do, it simply will not work. It's the same thing that happened once Bitcoin did break back up to about 48K recently, and everybody was calling for 50K plus, new all-time highs, and then all of a sudden, boom, here's a massive wick down to 25K. This is exactly why I don't follow the crowd. Now, also, we do see here, this is my chart of the day, very thought-provoking. One of your most valuable tools as a trader or investor is to be aware of the mainstream media's role in the circus. They're either all full of it or on the payroll. And we do see, this is exactly also why I say that I'm not playing into the fear at all. We see a massive number of daily news articles mentioning a bear market. We also do see the March of 2020 crash here. Look at all the bear market, articles here. Before we went on a massive generational run within not only the S&P 500 but also crypto. I want you guys to understand that usually these massive fearful levels, these levels that everyone is panicking while institutional investors are accumulating, are usually moments in time where you truly need to position yourself and think to yourself, am I going to play into the circus, or am I going to be someone who, is going to go on their own path and, do things my way? That's the thing that we have to really kind of address here. I've been taking positions while everyone is continuously saying, you are crazy, we are in a bear market, we're going lower, we're going to see 18K, 10K, 13K on Bitcoin, etc. It's absolutely insane out there. I want you guys to understand that, if we break below 20K on Bitcoin, it would be the first time in history of Bitcoin that we break below a previous bull run all-time high. I don't believe that happens, but of course if it does, then hey, it happened for the first time in history, but it's never happened before. And that would definitely be, a clarifying moment in time where we're basically in, 100% a bear market. But in my opinion, I think that we're actually still awaiting that wave 5 structure. And we actually do see our short term, bulls want 38K, bears want 22K, but it could be a bit tighter. 2 months sideways, then Fed pivot and Bitcoin will rip. And here we have a nice chart. And I do believe that this is pretty significant when you actually look at it. Let me actually open this in a new tab, but shout out to Decode Jar for this. But in general, when we are looking at the current level here, there's a level that we're actually addressing, which is the 25K zone. Having a retest of that is actually pretty perfect for us. And I do think that is enough capitulation for the market to truly be shaken out and for us to ride back up to nice, some pretty nice highs. Now, obviously, yes, they were wrong in terms of this chart. We basically seen that nice little test so far down, going back to that, daily candle just recently. And I do truly believe that when we talk about that wave 5, it is something monumental to continue to think about, because we haven't really seen that wave 5. In fact, in terms of Bitcoin, we never really hit peak euphoria. And again, there was not a ton of excitement. Even at our previous all-time high structure at this B wave over here, right? Which was November. It was not enough for peak euphoria, in my opinion. I don't believe that we've seen that. I think that this will be peak euphoria, and I've been addressing 100 to 160K for Bitcoin for a while for a wave 5, and I think that this would play perfectly not only into the extended bull run, but also into our wave 5 pattern. It also holds above the 20K structure view to continue that massive, again, historical price action move of us holding above the previous bull run all-time high. Now, of course, I don't want to, spend too much time on charts and things like that. I know that you guys, always hate that kind of stuff, but I figured I would keep you guys up to date on something like that. I really want to address, though, a few things, and that is, of course, the settlement timeline on XRP. Because trust me, this wave 5, we want this to happen for XRP to continue to skyrocket in value, if you will. Listen closely here, though, to what Jeremy Hogan's wife is saying about a settlement date. And we do see here the final end date is in. Before Christmas would be a great gift. The SEC sitting in the hot seat, right now. So listen closely to this.
Down here in Florida, the judge just tells parties when things are due, but apparently this is how things are done up in New York. So the parties filed the proposed scheduling order on April 22nd, and here is what it says. Motions for summary judgment and motions to exclude expert testimony must be filed by August 2, 2022. And then skipping a couple lines, Replies to any opposition must be filed by December 20, 2022. So the last summary judgment filing would have been the end of December, which definitely would have put the final case decision well into 2023. Yes, 2023. However, this was the parties' suggested scheduling, and normally courts will just rubber stamp these suggestions and adopt them in an order. But a couple of days later, we got a surprise order from the judge on the case, and she basically said, nope, we're gonna make this happen faster. And we got this. There at the top, you can see that the judge orders that the motions to exclude expert witnesses will be completely briefed by August 30, 2022. And then in paragraph 2, that the summary judgment briefs will be due by November 15, 2022. So surprise, the judge knocked over a month off the agreed schedule. And not only that, the parties wanted to submit 90-page briefs in their proposed schedule, and Judge Torres limited the parties to 75 pages, which led Jeremy to tweet this on Twitter. Judge Torres has moved up the schedule for summary judgment briefs to November 15. What do I take from that? She wants the Ripple versus SEC case over before Christmas.
Now, while we listen to this and talk about this, right, the settlement will happen before Christmas. The case will essentially be over. Now, this is significant, right? And I've talked to you guys exactly about why. So I actually have a tweet over here from Crypto Assets Guy. Now, this has really laid out everything that we've been addressing in terms of a settlement, right? Except for the price. So first off, the following key events will occur once Ripple wins/settles with the SEC. XRP will be relisted on every exchange. Hundreds of banks will start using XRP as a bridge currency. Ripple will launch its IPO. XRP will reach new all-time highs. Now, in my opinion, when we look at this, so first off, mass relistings of XRP. Hundreds of banks will start utilizing XRP not only as a bridge currency, but for on-demand liquidity. We also see, in my opinion, the liquidity hub launching. We will see the Ripple IPO. We will see massive ODL corridors launching in the United States. We will see US-based customers rejoining the team. All of this will play into a massive bull rally for XRP. The question is on if we actually will, pump or not. I've told you guys that this could be a sell the news event. Like I said, we look at the structure view. And if we play into the market structure view for the Wave 5, it will basically end in terms of the settlement at around the perfect time that Bitcoin would top out if this timeline does stay true. I've talked to you guys about XRP. A settlement price, in my opinion, looks like $20 to $30. The fib outreaches on the Wave 5 of Bitcoin would take us to $10 to $15. I still hold those price targets, close to me. I still believe that they will be hit, and I'm going to be patiently waiting for that. And I want you guys to understand that it's not exactly about what I want, but what I could foresee happening due to market structural view. I've been very bullish. I've told you guys about this current structure view on Bitcoin. I really do think that we needed this massive shakeout event. I think that this was a perfect moment in time to have that shakeout event so that we could have this massive Wave 5. You got to understand that, blow off tops and Wave 5s in general are pretty steep moves. They are very fast moves as well. Things can turn around very quick in this market. This is why I also want to tell you guys that it's all a psychological game. You got to have your emotions in check, because if you do not, and if you do not understand how volatile this market is, you will get wrecked. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to the notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.